Oh, man. This sucks. Didn't go through. I apologize. I don't know what happened. Didn't work. I love live.
No worries. Damn it.
Okay. Sorry. Maybe next time.
Yep. You just never know.
Awesome.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Lowdown with Princess Skywalker. I am your host, Jessie B. As per usual lately, I've got my wonderful co-host, John Anthony, here to help me out tonight. How are you doing tonight, John?
Very, very well. Very, very well. We're going to talk about some AEW and a great show last night.
Absolutely. I can't wait to go over it. It was a stacked card last night. It didn't really disappoint in me, per se. I liked how a lot of segments led into other segments, which we'll get to as we go through everything. So they opened the show with Christian and Hangman versus Jay White and Juice Robinson. So that was actually a very good match, considering they just kind of threw together Hangman and Christian. They seem to have pretty decent chemistry. So they worked really well together in the ring.
Hello? Is this on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You're talking about the tag match, right?
Yeah. The opening match.
This is what? Technical difficulties, like start off the show. Okay. No, I think it
was
awesome.
Shows.
Pairing them together. I think it was an awesome opening match. I think it really got the crowd going. Everyone was hot from that match on. It was good, man. I mean, anytime you got Christian in there, I mean, obviously massive heat. It was a good match. I liked it. It was a good opening match, getting everyone going into the rest of the episode. I liked it.
Definitely. I liked the chemistry, like I was saying, between Christian and Hangman, because that's not something you generally see in tag teams that you're just throwing together. But they seem to have really good chemistry. Hook tying into getting Nick Wayne definitely is going to fuel the fire for their match as well. So I liked that they included that into the scenario. So that was great. And Kip Sabian is definitely an odd man out in this situation in the patriarchy. It's like Luchasaurus got sick and couldn't do it anymore, and they're like, here you go, Kip, let's just throw you right on in there. And it's like, I don't understand it. I love Kip Sabian, so I love the fact that he's getting more time and he's getting more attention, but make it make sense.
That's my problem. I love me some Kip Sabian. Like, what are we doing? I just feel like they literally were like, hey, during the patriarchy, want to just jump in there and like you're a Christian lover, get in there. You're a sympathist. Come on, get in there and join the group. Like, it's just so wild to me. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Definitely like trying to make it seem like it's a seamless kind of thing as a replacement with Luchasaurus out, or Kill Switch. It just it doesn't.
But he's not really a heavy.
Yeah.
He's like, not a heavy. He's not like Luchasaurus had the bodyguard feel to him or whatever, and we don't have that with Kip Sabian. So I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. If it ends up leading to something, but it was definitely an odd man out.
I feel like they definitely needed to fill the group, and they were like, all right, Kip, you're up. Let's go. Like, it was weird.
Exactly. It's like they weren't really sure what they needed to do. They knew they needed to do something with him, but they weren't sure what to do with him. So they just kind of threw him in there. But I like Kip Sabian, so getting more attention is good.
No, same.
Then we cut to the absolutely horrendous Mercedes Moné promo.
Oh,
she's so bad. She is so fucking bad. Like,
this girl almost had a wardrobe malfunction on top of a bad promo.
Like, I don't like being that person to criticize them and criticize how they do their job, because I don't do it. I don't know how to do it. There's a reason why they're there and I'm not. However, She is so fucking cringe anytime she opens her mouth. It just, ugh. I just can't do it. It gives me chills. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels like that, because being as the resident WWE guy between the two of us, I feel like to me, you're thinking someone thinks it's sour grapes with ex Sasha. It's not, man. Listen, there's a reason why there's people like her, like Ricochet, much love for their in-ring talent and their personality, but their mic work sucks. And it's just like, I wish Mercedes would get better. I thought it'd be better with her at AEW, being able to focus on one person instead of really WWE. You do a generalized promo of talking about the locker room and things like that. She might be able to pinpoint certain women in the AEW locker room, but it's just not getting to that point. And the fact that you knew you were going to get picked up by Statlander and you wore that, almost had a wardrobe malfunction on national television. Like, it was wild to see that. It was just, even the sell job when she goes through the wall with Camille, I just, man, I don't know, man.
Camille, yeah.
God bless.
And Camille's awful sell with going into, like, Chris putting her to the wall.
Yeah.
Camille couldn't even sell Chris Camille's trying to.
Oh my God! I'm like,
putting her to the wall.
She would throw you. What are you doing? Like, it was like,
yeah, it was just all around bad.
But at least when Rhea and Liv did it, like, Liv hucked her into the wall, and it looked like like this one was just like, and she just drops down like soft spaghetti. And I'm like, what are you doing? It wasn't even. I thought you were supposed to be the big heavy. That hurt you? That took you down? Okay, all right. I mean, I guess that works for you.
Like, makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. Anytime she comes on, it just fucking makes me cringe. Like I said, she's like fingernails on a goddamn chalkboard.
So who do you hate more, Phil or Mercedes?
Fucking Phil.
Phil's still up there. We go. Phil. Okay. Fucking Phil.
Charlotte Flair's on that list pretty fucking high too. So
under Mercedes though. At least Charlotte could cut a promo.
I guess.
I mean, out of the
about
two,
her, it's just a Ric Flair clone to me, and I fucking hate Ric Flair. So, like, she's like took her.
No, the more and more she gets injured, I feel like the more and more they come back and they try to get her out of the Flair persona. Like, they try to give her own little like shtick. So, yeah, we'll get her out of that eventually.
Eventually, if she ever comes back. But anyway, we digress. The next segment was Will Ospreay calling out Fletcher. Great segment. Really good.
Yes.
That Will Ospreay is just money on the mic. He gets a mic and he just cuts these most amazing promos, and it just talks. You can't compare it to him. He just talks and it works. It's perfect. So I absolutely love it. I'm a huge Will Ospreay fan though, so I'm kind of biased, but he's great. Goes over their past about how Kyle was with them during the pandemic. And then Kyle challenges Ospreay at Full Gear, which was accepted, which that's going to be a fucking banger of a match. Those two can go. So that's going to be match of the night, 100%.
It's definitely going to be up there. I'm excited. I like a Kyle Fletcher heel. I love it. I love the shaved head, the whole 9, the whole like 180 of trying to not to be the anti Ospreay. The promo was fire. Obviously, I mean, I love it. It gave me some WWE vibes of back in the day when you just kind of just go off the rails and go very personal, pulling back the curtain of talking about, you know, how really like intimate you two are in real life, as opposed, like, he's bringing up his kids. You know where I live. You pick my kids up from school. Like, it's just so in depth and so deep. And now those are the stories that when you see that play out in the ring that are so good. And that match is going to speak volumes, aside from what they do in that ring, but aside from everything they do before that, it's just going to make that match so much better when it finally happens at Full Gear.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that match. It's going to be great. They're going to put on a really good match. Then Archer and Cage came out, and Will Ospreay says, "I'm not alone." Huh?
Timu Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry, it is, man. You can't put on a vest and your long hair and your face like that and don't think I look at you like Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry, but much love to Archer, but damn, man, you're looking just like Drew McIntyre right now, man.
And then Hobbs and Mark Davis show up, which this Mark Davis guy I'm not familiar with. I know he's part of the United Empire, but I'm not familiar with him. So hard to say one way or another on his goodness or not, because I just don't know very well. Which led into the next match, which was Lance Archer versus Roderick Strong with the opportunity to face MJF at Full Gear. Was a Falls Count Anywhere, so the Undisputed Kingdom got involved, as well as the Don Callis family. But shockingly enough, Roderick Strong comes out victorious in this match. Which, cool, but where's the story between him and MJF? What am I missing?
So I think that I don't want to get into the next match we're going to talk about involving this. Obviously, what the stipulation is if the both of them can win the 3. The story is going to lie within them. With O'Reilly again, I don't want to get ahead of it, but with O'Reilly walking away, and now he's going to get the shot, Cole's not. Now you're going to start to build. I honestly feel like with what happened last night, we're looking at some sort of, it's obviously on Dynamite or a Collision, and you're looking at a 3-way between the 3 of them, like just kind of burying hatchets, just going to air their old laundry from NXT and WWE, and now in AEW, and just like they can't coexist. I think that's where the details lie, where that's going to happen now, where Cole couldn't get it done. Strong did. Strong gets the shot. I would guess that he's going to fail, and then it's going to cause, you're going to start to see the infighting between the 3 of them. Now that O'Reilly's been kind of introduced to the whole story. You're right.
Yeah, and that was the next Cole. It was Adam Simpson, because he's.
Can we talk? What color was he last night, guys? Come on, what are we doing?
He was the same color as his fucking background. He was fucking yellow. He blended into his background. He was fucking yellow. So that's why I say Adam
Simpson. Who are you
because he
to talk shit about MJF and his spray tan when you come out to the ring looking like that?
Like a
what
Simpson.
Are you doing? Homer, what are you doing?
And when he removes his knee pad, it's like he gets it done with his fucking knee pads on, and his knee pad is completely white. Like, what the fuck? Who's spray tanning this man?
Had a point where he went like this with his hands, and it was like night and day. I got a picture. I had to a picture to put it. It's night and day, man. It's night and day. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing?
Nobody is looking out for this man and his spray tan. That's all I gotta say.
That man needs friends to be like, bro, don't do it. Just wash yourself off, man. Like, dude.
Like, for fuck's sake.
If he still had Britt, she would have said something.
Yeah, she wasn't fucking yellow when Britt was around. Anyway, he had a great match versus Takeshita. Takeshita won with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. So that means Cole doesn't get to fight MJF at Full Gear.
Nope.
So, more build up for that, I guess. I don't understand it, but we'll see what happens.
My thought is I mean, I don't think we go. I mean, you could. It's November, right? December, January. I mean, you could maybe keep Cole and MJF hands off of each other until Revolution. It makes sense for that to be a payoff match. You're going to need, I think you're going to need a lot more than just them fighting. I feel like there's going to be something on the line. I don't know what. Mm-hmm. But I think you're able to now, once we go with that Thanksgiving to December, it's the holidays. People are kind of meh. January, you might be able to get this into March and April with Revolution for those two to have like that high marquee match as like a triple main event for their WrestleMania. So I think that's the payoff. That's kind of what we're doing here. Like, okay, keep them away. Then it's going to infight a little bit. There's your December, January, maybe do something else, February. Then they lay down the gauntlet of, okay, I want you and me, Revolution. Let's end this. And then they turn the page moving into the next year of 2025.
Well, that would be nice. Just make it make fucking sense, because right now it
Exactly.
just doesn't make any sense to me. Why Roderick is fighting MJF, but Adam's not. So
It's the same thing. It's the same thing on the other side of the tracks with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. So obviously Rhea had her injury, things happen, things like that. We're obviously trying to like run around, kind of making it, throw them in other corners of other people, and eventually all that's left is Liv, Rhea, WrestleMania. Rhea gets her belt back. Like in this case, it's going to be Adam, MJF fighting for whatever at Revolution. So it's just playing the the cat and mouse game, kind of just keeping away from each other until you need it to happen.
keep it interesting.
Hopefully.
And then we had Moxley and the Death Riders, which I'm sorry, that's a dumb fucking name. The Death Riders.
You don't like it?
Stupid.
You don't rock with it? You don't like it?
No, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's just fucking.
What do you want to call them? What are you gonna call
who
them?
came up with this shit?
You book it. You book it. You book it. What are you calling them?
Not every faction needs a name.
You need a name for your faction. You need a name.
No.
Yes. Yes, you are.
They didn't need one.
Even the crapshoot of WWE League of Nations had a fucking faction name, okay? Like, that's...
Well, they were the Blackpool Combat Club. What the fuck's wrong with that?
They're not anymore. They're not anymore, though. That was Daniel Bryan and William Regal. You got to move on from that. That's face stuff. You got to move on.
Yeah, I guess.
Death Riders.
Just sounds like something out of a fucking Marvel movie. I don't know.
Or a Stephen King book, either one.
Right, like I'm
Death
picturing
Riders.
like angels on horses. Like angels on horses with wings. Like some kind of fucking Greek mythology shit riding in on a Pegasus or something. Like
honestly, like Hangman should be a Death Rider. Like that makes sense. Like Hangman Page should be a Death Rider. Like,
well, we'll just have to wait until they're riding in on their fucking Pegasus, okay? Because that's what I think of when I fucking hear that.
Revolution is coming, man. You never know. They're gonna have some big entrances.
Cheese and rice. Oh. Well, Moxley talks about how he's ready to beat up JD Drake, first of all, which is like, what the fuck? That's one of my biggest gripes about this. It's like, JD Drake, like, who fucking cares? Like, why don't you grab somebody that somebody's gonna care about?
Grabbing random dudes. You, come here. Oh, what the fuck?
You, come here. I'm gonna beat you up. Like, who fucking... JD Drake? Like, find somebody worth beating up. Somebody who's a pillar or... I don't know. Something. It's goddamn cold. If it doesn't go away anytime soon, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You've been sick forever. You
anyways,
you really do.
I've been sick for almost 3 weeks. It will not go away.
You need to take that thing, man.
The kids are nice and healthy though, but the rest of us adults are sick as shit. My mom got it twice as bad as I did.
Petri dish. They pass it all on to us.
My mom got it twice as bad as I did, so I feel bad for her because hers turned into bronchitis.
That's bronchitis. You know we got time for that.
Nobody got time for bronchitis, damn it. Moxley says he'll make an example out of Cassidy. Cassidy comes out and says he's ready. Basically says he's ready to be the leader. Challenges Yuta to a match next week, which Moxley accepts. As the Death Riders are leaving, they get attacked by Darby Allin. So that was kind of cool. Darby just kind of came out of nowhere and attacked him, but then he got fucked up by Cesaro with the fucking spin right in the middle. Like that looked like it was a little bit fucking painful, to be honest, because ouch.
Darby could take it.
Darby is crazy.
So three things out of this segment that I got. The first thing, it didn't hit for me because the advertisement was Mox takes over the TBS Superstation.
Mm-hmm. You didn't take over anything.
You cut a promo in the ring. What are you doing? I didn't.
Right, you didn't take over.
yeah, what are you doing? Like, you cut a promo. That's in the script. That's where you didn't go to headquarters. You weren't beating up executives. I expected like a segment like on the 35th floor at like the big table. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Or hitting the speakerphone, like, something like that. That did hit for me. The second thing is Orange Cassidy cut probably one of the best promos I think he's cut since being in AEW. Was awesome.
Absolutely. That promo was fire.
Dude came across as like a badass, but still being a face. Just very much impressed me. Like, he doesn't talk a lot, and aside from doing like the little cute stuff, I feel like they're like, hey, you're still kind of like that funny kind of comedic relief guy. But I feel like this rivalry here and this match and this kind of go between is kind of building him to like, no, you know what? Cassidy can go. This guy's legit wrestler, and he said it. I've been wrestling here for years, guys. Like, I'm hungry. I can do this. And I think he just gets kind of the whole pocket shtick and jumping around, doing the light kicks. But the guy can wrestle. He really can. And I think this rivalry is going to show that. And the third thing is my call to Tony Khan. My man, buy some real handcuffs when you're putting a briefcase on someone to hold on to on their wrist. So when they get in a fight, the briefcase will fall off the handcuff. I'm just saying, pay the extra $5. Put real handcuffs on her, man. No, listen, it's all good. But like, I don't know who else caught that, but the fact that like hits the briefcase, it falls off, and then they're like, "Oh shit, pick it up!" Like, I was like, "Oh, come on, man, just buy the real handcuffs. What are we doing? Go the extra $5, pay the money."
Yeah, no plastic.
Using plastic.
They're really not that expensive.
Thank you. I was like, did anyone else see that?
Not that I know.
But that was it for me. That segment was good.
Not that I know how much they cost.
God, same. I'm not gonna. You said it. I didn't. I wasn't going there. But no, I think, like I said, it was great for OC. Mox obviously did his thing. He's always great at the mic. I feel like I said, I've said it before with you. This is what I think he wanted to be in the Shield. It's a Shield like NWO kind of elevation for how he is with this group, and I love it. But again, the whole the takeover and the handcuff stuff, I was like, all right, cool. Next, move on to the next match. Okay, let's keep going.
And I have to agree with you on that, because I was kind of let down by that whole segment, because like you said, they were supposed to come in, they were supposed to take over. They didn't do shit.
It's a promo in the ring.
It was just a regular old promo.
All right, good.
So,
because I was expecting this whole thing at TBS, like it was like it had WCW vibes the whole way. I don't get excited a lot about AEW cards, but when they put that at the top, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna do the whole like he takes over TNT, let's go. And he comes out to the ring, and I went, the fuck? Yeah, wait, are they gonna show some like? Are they gonna show some footage of him like going down there? No, we're not. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Next.
It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay, you got me to tune in.
We're done.
Cool.
Yeah,
makes sense. Okay.
Then we had Britt Baker versus Penelope Ford. It's really great to see Penelope Ford back after everything she's been through. So she went through a lot in the last 2 years, and with injuries, then with losing her child. There is a lot that happened with her. So it's really good to see her back. It's fantastic. She put on a great match. She doesn't look super green. She did a decent job. Britt Baker did get the win, which of course I didn't think was going to go any differently. But the thing that interested me was at the end, Serena Deeb fucking comes out. And just like Britt Baker said, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares about Serena Deeb?
Nobody.
Every time she comes out, the crowd goes completely flat.
And the crowd goes mid.
And the crowd goes silent is more fucking like it, because nobody gives a shit about her. And I don't mean that to be a dick, but who fucking cares? There's so many other people back there that she could be feuding with right now that she hasn't already feuded with. Why are we rehashing old shit with Serena Deeb?
Yeah. Don't look at me. I don't know. I said the same thing. I'm expecting something else to go down, and she came out with, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? I'm waiting for someone else to come out after that to like piggyback on that one. And I went, that's it? Like that's what we're doing?
Like, how
Okay.
anticlimactic.
You might have some other people in the back that might have more of a beef with Britt Baker, but okay. I mean, we want to do that and you want to send other people out. I mean, that's okay. Cool. I mean,
Like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yes, it'll make sense.
Make fucking sense,
year.
Tony.
Hopefully the go home. Hopefully the go home show makes sense next week.
I'm really hoping so because the last go home show wasn't great.
Nope, it wasn't.
It was pretty disappointing. So
hopefully they build.
Then we got into. Yeah, they need to after last time. Then we had the great fucking match between Swerve Strickland and Lio Rush. That was a really, really good match. Lio Rush kept him on his toes.
Mm-hmm.
Kept the momentum going. It was a really good match. Lio Rush is actually pretty talented in the ring when he's not retiring 6 times in a year.
Oh man.
He's good.
WWE will do that to you, man.
When he's not retiring. That was why I was so surprised to see him re-signed. Because I was like, didn't this fool just fucking retire? Like 6 times already? Like, what are we doing? Didn't he retire last time because he wasn't getting his way in AEW? And then they bring him back?
Kind of walked away. I was like, guys, I'm all set. I don't need wrestling. Yeah, I think you need a little bit, buddy. I think you need a little bit.
Yeah, I think I need it. Mm-hmm. Just a tiny bit. Just a little. But that was a great fucking match. We're fucking idiots.
Oh shit! No, it was a good match, man. I mean, Leo had some great matches in WWE when he was Lashley's manager in NXT and getting his stuff done with the cruiserweight when they were doing that kind of stuff. He's good, man. And obviously, seeing Swerve going into there with that's not a powerhouse or a grounded pound kind of guy, to see him dealing with someone that's aerial and kind of opening up that defense, opening up his offense as well to take on someone like Leo. I'm a huge Swerve fan, man. My goal is definitely to shake that man's hand at some point down the road. But yeah, Swerve gets it going. Again, awesome match for both of them, and obviously Swerve's just showing why he's one of the top guys in AEW.
Absolutely, and he definitely is. That's why it's so hard to watch him get demolished. So he calls out Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out with MVP, does his promo, and then Shelton Benjamin attacks from behind. So it's really, after seeing Swerve so strong for the last year, it's really weird seeing him just get absolutely demolished.
So it's funny you bring that up because I was at the big event this past weekend in Long Island, and I was talking to a couple people in line meeting Bobby Lashley, and a couple people said the same thing. They had the same sentiments. We were all just talking about wrestling in general, both brands, and it was just like, we get it, but what are you doing to Swerve? So you have the big new group beat the hell out of Swerve. What are we doing? Like, how are you elevating Swerve? Yeah, Swerve. Okay, Swerve beats Lashley. Cool. What does that do for? What are we doing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I know what they're doing, and this is almost like I've said it before. Love Tony Khan. Does a lot of good things, a lot of bad things too. He's taking the shiny toy and putting him up with the top tier guy. It's like when the NWO invaded WWE back in the day. They take on The Rock. Now, of course, Rock Hogan, no one knew Hogan was going to turn back around a face and that whole thing. But, like, you're taking the top group going against the top face. Like, what are we what are we doing here? What does it do for Swerve? Swerve gets a win. He beats Lashley. Cool. Doesn't do anything for him. And I don't think the Hurt Business the Syndicate takes an L here, debuting. Lashley, I think, would win. So now Swerve has to eat an L and go do whatever he needs to do. And then I think what the call here is Lashley, as we move on, is either goes on to Revolution and in some way wins a battle royal and goes for a title shot, or wins the brass ring ladder match and gets a title match. I can't see them not bringing Bobby Lashley and kind of ascending him right to the top of the throne, which isn't fair to a lot of guys in the back, and it sucks when they do it the other way too for AEW, WWE. But when you bring in those guys, and I'm telling you, if you listen to me on the other times I've talked, there's one guy left. Hobbs is left. Hobbs is the one guy when he teamed with Ricochet, I was waiting for the turn. I'm waiting for a turn, like to do something and turn on to go with them to the publicity. So I'm telling
I think
you,
we all were.
Yep, Hobbs is the last guy. I've been saying it for months. Those four, I think you're looking at a modern day evolution in AEW. But again, I don't think that's fair to a lot of guys in the back, which sucks. Especially someone like Swerve, who'll be there, but him taking L's to new guys who got signed from WWE because they're superstars. Can't take away your homegrown talent like that. But that's just me.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to watch Swerve be so weak, I guess, is really what it is, because it's just making him look super weak. So it's hard to watch that after he's been so dominant over the last year. So hopefully it pans out and it does end up being something good for Swerve. But at this point, I'm not seeing where it's beneficial for Swerve right now.
Exactly.
Aside from elevating this new group.
That's all it is. Making Lashley look like a powerhouse, making MVP look like an amazing manager, gaining people with giving cards out, things like that, building associates. I feel like they're just kind of building toward a 2025. Like I've said, with them and the Death Riders, those two groups but again, they're filled with ex-WWE guys. And I'm not going to sit here and sit and shit on one side, not the other. When they do it to the AEW guys, it's not cool either for WWE either. So when they bring in an Ethan Page and they bring in, a Shawn Spears, and these guys in NXT that have been there for 3 years got to sit there and eat the shit sandwich while Spears is going for the North American title, and now and Ethan Page is the NXT champion. It sucks either way. So it is what it is. I guess. But it's not fair to any of the talent that's homegrown and puts their blood, sweat, and tears and pays their dues. And the guy walks in, signs a multi-year contract for a lot of money, and like, hey, yeah, we'll put the title on you, cool, because it brings the eyes from that brand over to the other. So unfortunately, the people that suffer are the underlings that are putting in the time, but just aren't big enough to carry a brand.
Yeah, I agree. You're having your mic's cutting out every so often. I don't know if it's just on my end or if it's
might be you. I don't know. I'll check it.
It might be me.
All right.
I'm just running off of Wi-Fi, so it could just be my end.
Could be you, maybe. We'll see.
But you got to meet Bobby Lashley at that event, didn't you?
I did. I got to meet a couple people. Not to talk about a lot of stuff, but they're all AEW, so it's all good. Bobby Lashley, cool hand Luke. The man is amazing. He's built like a fucking shithouse. Got a picture with him. Put his arm around him. The guy is solid rock. Also got to meet the man, the myth, the legend, a doppelganger, if you will, my man MJF. Got to meet him as well. And also got to meet the GOAT, Paul Heyman, at the big event. That was amazing. Definitely a bucket list for me in wrestling. It was cool to meet him. So it was good times. But Bobby was great. Bobby was awesome, and MJF was just a piece of shit. But shout out to MJF. It's good that we're in the same place at the same time. It's because
you wore the wrong shirt.
No, I want to see Punk shirt to meet Paul Heyman. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm literally three people behind. I know MJF looking right at me, and he's like, this motherfucker. I got up there, and he's like, yeah, nah, fuck you. Don't talk to me. Look at the camera, get your picture, get the hell out of here. So it is what it is. So, but MJF is an experience. It was good. It was a fun time. Met a lot of other people too. Ivory and Jacqueline, met them as well. Old school Attitude Era divas. They were cool. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. So Bobby Lashley, awesome. And also, so I didn't tell you. I'm sorry. So the MVP thing. There's a gentleman who had Hurt Business is back, or back in business for the Hurt Business, and on the back it was obviously the Hurt Business shirt, and MVP's pointing to him. Someone's recording, they're taking pictures. I was in line for Heyman. They were right there. I walked over, I shook his hand, I said, listen, MVP, huge fan, man, loved you since you were Montel, coming out with the whole thing, huge fan, man, whatever you're doing AEW, keep it up. And I was like, what happened? He goes, seriously, man, they didn't fucking want us, they were going to bring us back. He's like, fuck Triple H, fuck Nick Khan, fuck WWE. And I was like, okay. And I walked away. Like, so when I tell you this, so anyone that watching this, you see the kayfabe stuff, you see, management wasn't for me, that wasn't for, it's legit. Whatever happened behind the scenes when Vince was a Hurt Business guy, or whoever the hell built the Hurt Business, Paul was not a fan, or Nick Khan was not a fan. They squashed it. They were supposed to come back. That's why they're all just kind of chilling, hanging out with doing nothing. Finally, their contract just expired. The hate is real. There was no like shooting or like pretend. MVP was pissed, and he does not like WWE. Is pissed at Triple H. Everybody, like, the shirts are out there. Like, you see them, like, business is back, or whatever it says. Like, they were supposed to come back in, and Triple H or whoever apparently squashed it, and the hate is real. So when you see the comments about MVP saying, "Oh, I'm not for them, they're not for me," that shit's legit. He was pissed off, and he said it probably 3 or 4 more times to other people that were talking about it. That you can see it in his face. It's not a shoot. It's legit. So they will not be going back to WWE anytime soon. Maybe Lashley. I'm sure. Whatever with Bobby, I'm sure he kept his bridge, like his side of the street clear to me. Like, oh, I might want to go back there. But MVP definitely shot his way out of there. So
burn those bridges.
Yeah, I mean, but I think they'll, like I told him when I shook it, I think he'll do great things in AEW, and whatever the Hurt Syndicate was supposed to do in the other company, I think they're going to get it done in AEW. So I'm excited for it.
Well, that's got to be fun. I need to make it out one of these years to one of the big.
You got to come out. You got to get out here for New York, man. There's 2 times a year. You got to come out. It's a good time.
Yeah, because they don't do them here in Colorado.
Well, the big event, it's one thing he does. They do it here in New York and Long Island twice a year, usually in March and November. And the way it's looking, it looks like it's AEW heavy with headliners, 1 or 2 WWE people. And then it just trickles down as far as like everyone ECW was there. Jerry Lynn, Carino, all of them, Sandman, Francine, Dawn Marie, because obviously Paul Heyman was there. So a lot of ECW people came. Then you had Dustin, you had MJF, you had Bobby Lashley. They fill the house. It's great. The Dudleys were there. APA was there. Jerry Lawler. It's just I met Scott Steiner. That's the one person I didn't get a picture with, but I got him to sign my belt, which was cool. So I met Scott Steiner. It's a who's who when they have these things, and it's very crowded. A lot of people come from a lot of places around the country. So we gotta get you over. We gotta get you over here for one of these. So we'll make it happen.
That'll be super
we'll make
fun.
it happen.
That'll be super fun. We still have 2 more things to go over for AEW. I thought we were almost done. Then we had a Jamie Hayter promo, which was interrupted by the most fantastic fucking promo package I have ever fucking seen.
Yep.
That chick on Twitter, if I knew her at right now, I would shout her out at the moonlight, because she is fucking incredible with these promos. These Julia Hart promos have been absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Yep. I agree. I love it. It's fire, man. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Like
the cinema, awesome. The editing, just everything that she did with these promos is just fucking amazing.
I loved it. It was awesome.
I'm
more of those.
So excited for Julia to come back.
I'm pumped. And especially in the way they're going to do it too. Like this whole build to like going back to another persona and going like falling victim or succumbing to the other part of your brain. It's going to be awesome. Cinema is the perfect word for it. Perfect.
Yep. I am hoping she comes back at Full Gear at the end of the Mercedes Moné Chris Statlander match. Ooh. And is coming back for her TBS championship. That's what I'm hoping to see.
Okay. Could be a thing.
Is them building it this week and next week, and then her potentially coming back at the end of that match at Full Gear.
If not Full Gear, though, you do have Double or Nothing, which is like the bigger one before Revolution. So it could be that too, but we'll let them cook, see what happens.
Yeah. And then we had the House of Black versus FTR, and I could not have been more fucking happy with a goddamn result of a match than I was with this one. Like, House of Black fucking deserves it. Like, give these guys a goddamn opportunity.
You and me have been talking about this for weeks. Where are they? Where are they not on TV? But it's interesting. The whole thing, but the backstory behind what's going on right now with them is kind of it's a little more louder than what's going on TV. So obviously the rumors about Malachi Black, his contract running up, and this whole he's had a lot of matches in AEW before going silent, and this whole shaking hands, hugging, both hands, like it's weird. And a couple of people talking about it. It's like Malachi's on not a retirement tour, but a going away tour. And he's come out. I saw his Instagram. I'm not going anywhere. You guys are idiots. Don't listen to this. I'm not injured. No, you can see it when they do these things like FTR, and it happened last week. And I don't know, man. I think the rumors have been run rapid. He's coming home to WWE. And it's like now, your contract's running up. Oh, let's throw you on TV. Now you're gonna get shots. Now we're gonna put you in these title matches. It's like, too little, too late. So it's gonna remain to be seen what happens with that. But it's looking at me like I think we might see an Alistair back in WWE sooner than later.
Possibly. You'd like to be able to take the man for his word that he's not going anywhere. But in this business, you just never know. They jump so quickly from house to house that it really wouldn't be surprising, especially since his wife's there.
That's what gets me too. Obviously, Zelina's been there for a long time, never left. She's probably a lifer there. Still a lot of storylines, LWO. And obviously, Alistair's not one, and I appreciate that. That's the fact of you're not really lying or really doing anything bad when you say I'm not leaving, even if you are, because then people they check out of the storyline. Because then if you tell me, yeah, I'm staying, and then I'm like, oh, okay, good, they're getting title shot. Well, if you're leaving, you're not gonna win. Like I'm not gonna be invested. So it's the little white lie and the kayfabe, I guess, if you want to dabble into that. It's actually says more about him than it does anything else if he is leaving, but he's coming out here saying, hey, no, I'm here, like watch the story, I'm doing this, and makes you still tune into the storyline, watching the episodes, watching everything weekly. And if he leaves, he ends up either working something out and he's still kind of on the fence. And but obviously it does mean a lot when your wife's over in the other company, and she's going to get a shot eventually. Probably 2025 is probably something for her. It would be nice to see him come back. And the current regime, because obviously Paul had a hand in him in NXT doing the whole, I don't know if it was a vampire-esque kind of thing, but the whole Man from Darkness kind of stuff. It kind of fell on its face with Vince because he doesn't understand shit like that.
Right.
To have him come back under Paul and under Nick and under Sean and kind of see what he can do with that gimmick now would be kind of interesting for me to see.
Yeah, I'd rather him stay where he is. I like the House of Black.
I love the House of Black. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but there's only so long you can keep a guy off of TV for 6 months, and then, oh, hey, here you go. And all of a sudden now it's like, now he's everywhere on every episode. Now they're wrestling all the time. It's like the timing doesn't make sense when his contract runs up in January. So it's a little.
Well, and I don't think that
little coincidental.
I don't think that Private Party is going to lose the belts in their first title defense either.
No, hell no way. They didn't take that off of the Bucks for the Bucks to go away for a while to sell the whole Death Rider stuff to just donkey up their belts the first shot. Hell no. So that's what I mean. You're setting them up. It's going to be a great run, and then House of Black still loses. So you're still taking an L. At least give them a payoff, give them a W, give them some gold. Like it's if you're still taking an L to be on TV so people watch, still sucks. Still sucks when you got to go and see your name with the L next to it on the chalkboard in the whiteboard in the back. So it still sucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and Malachi deserves more. He's a phenomenal wrestler. He's a phenomenal talent.
World title picture, whether it's WWE, TNA, AEW, NWA. I don't give a shit where he is. That man needs to be wrestling for the world championship.
It should be more Buddy and Brody doing the tag team stuff, and then Malachi doing the independent stuff. In my opinion, that's how it should be. If I was in charge, that's the way it would be.
Picture of Rhea getting her picture taken at a store with Buddy in the background.
Yeah, and the guy was just like, "Oh, I met Rhea."
Buddy's a fucking tank. Zoom in on that man. What? That's like two men.
Huge.
He's ginormous.
He is massive.
God bless him, man. What?
Yeah, he's massive.
What? Those arms like 4 of mine. Good for him, bro. That dude's massive. But yeah,
he's huge.
No, he is. But even him, like I know he had doing the whole thing with Seth, and all those guys deserve to be in some title pictures and not just wrestling for trios and tag. Man, Buddy could be an instant contender for the international or the American. Like it doesn't matter. Like these guys should be going for singles gold and kind of parlaying that together into one group. But I think that's kind of what happened. They put the group together, and now it's, oh, what do we do? Oh, okay.
What do we do with them now?
Yes, we'll give them some tag matches or something. So again, it just sucks. It just yeah, but yeah, they deserve better. I agree.
They do.
Yep,
they do. So Full Gear is going to be a great show. It's fucking stacked. We're going to have a Full Gear prediction show next Thursday at the same time. So at 5:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. So we'll be back next Thursday to have that show. So I hope many of you join us. I will be better at promoting it this time instead of promoting it an hour before showtime because I'm a fucking slacker. So I'll get better at that. So that was AEW Dynamite for last night. Sitting over here tripping on my fucking words because I'm having issues in my brain. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. John, go ahead and let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so whether it's on X, YouTube, if you're watching it right now there, on Instagram, or on Facebook, you can find us at all socials at the same name, at Chair Shot Sports.
Perfect. You can find me on X at Princess Skywalker 10 and on YouTube at the Lowdown with Princess Skywalker. I also jumped on the bandwagon and got one of those Blue Sky accounts. I've posted twice and I don't use it very often, but I got one.
I'm jump on.
So
I gotta make one now.
I'm under Princess Skywalker over there. So if you want to find me over there under Princess Skywalker. But thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We had a great show and we will see you guys next Thursday.
Sounds good,
guys. Bye-bye.